Welcome back to the Colossal Asshole. Oh wait, sorry, Wario Land 3.
Did we step in there for a bit?
That's Mario's nickname for Wario, the Colossal Hole. Can't say arsehole because Nintendo game. Okay, Nintendo game made for kids, obviously.
Well, what was that? What was that British term? We could use that British term for an asshole, like for a dick person.
Wanker.
That's it, wanker. We could have the wanker thing. That way, it's only considered an insult for British audiences.
Okay, I don't know if it's the also for necessarily British, but I can tell you that at the very least for Australians, it's also synonymous for masturbation.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically saying go fuck yourself.
Yep.
It's not exactly how it works.
So where's the door that we opened with the snake eyes?
Okay, well, we already did actually too.
Well, no, we opened the door, but we haven't actually checked it itself. But that's what we're here for.
Let's see. Okay.
Ah, yes. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking along trying to pick up some money when suddenly I was attacked by zombies and turtles holding giant donuts.
Of course.
It happens all the time. It's actually kind of annoying.
A double barrier.
It's like...
There you go, see, that's the door we just came through.
It's like I keep hearing those stories about New York, where every time someone walks about, every plumber that walks about New York City calls
No, remember those.
called Mario or something.
No.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, remember, Dwez, Home Alone 2 taught us that if you walk casually around Central Park, you'll have the dick tell you, "Watch it, kid!" Ha 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 ha! And no, I'm never getting over that.
From all the films I've seen about New York, I get the feeling it's not a pretty safe place to live in. You get attacked by people wearing green Power Ranger suits, tentacles, electric men, sandmen.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible. Yes, Pedro?
Well, what is worse, that or the ha guy?
I mean, the ha guy is at least harmless. I mean, all the other ones are causing harm to civilians and everybody.
So what was up with the hookers harassing the kid?
Yeah, and the cab driver who looks half dead.
It was
okay. A cab driver looking dead inside, that's not too out of the ordinary.
Alright.
Respect to all taxi drivers everywhere.
As always, gotta follow.
Seriously, yeah.
As always, gotta follow fat guys around with a tuba, like in that Family Guy cutaway. And there we go. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves into a zombie form, so we can pass through those.
Quite a puzzle, is it not, to venture?
Yeah, we have to. We basically have to we have to combine various things. We have to combine the fat form, the fire form, and the zombie form to be able to get to the red treasure chest here.
Oh god, Professor Layton's trying to do these puzzles, having to eat all the...
Well, this is a different type of puzzle. This is a more environmental puzzle.
Yeah, this is why Layton didn't want to do it. Like he was pitched the idea, but wait, as soon as it involved him as soon as he heard they had to involve him eating donuts that made him fat in 5 seconds, he's like, fuck no.
There you go. Let's see. Let's see what we have here.
Try to the north of my hat.
Onion?
Well, remember it's Wario. It's Wario too. So yeah, that does make sense. Wario loves garlic.
Of course, garlic would be a treasure.
What does garlic make him do?
It gives him the power to break harder blocks.
Oh boy, okay.
Well,
I'll buy a ball of garlic, eat it, and then try and knock a wall over.
Well, think of it like this: if Mario can get
Oh, it
stronger,
also lets him
well, look at it.
Sonic.
Yeah, well, no, the rolling ability is already technically, surprisingly, Jova, the rolling ability in this game was not locked behind a collectible.
Oh,
surprisingly,
no, I get that. What I mean is like, it powers up the rolling move as well to break
Sure.
through stuff like Sonic.
yeah, true. Sea turtle rocks. Well, look at it this way, Dwibs. If Mario can get stronger by consuming a power mushroom, then Wario's equivalent is garlic.
Well, that'll be the equivalent of all the others. Waluigi's would be.
Well, originally would be garlic as well, most likely. I mean,
I'd imagine Waluigi's would be red onions.
They really should add Waluigi in like a platformer.
I mean, both.
Like,
I mean, both Mario and Luigi used power mushrooms, so I figured Waluigi would also use whatever Wario does.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably. I mean, poor Waluigi. Daisy got into Smash before he did.
Well,
That's because
Daisy's better.
Waluigi's never been in a mainline game.
neither
And yeah,
is-
Daisy's better.
I think does Mario Land, does Super Mario Land count?
Yes.
Yes, it's a mainline game.
Yeah.
For as much
The
as
handholds were kind of.
for as much as
No,
Nintendo tries to
Dwibs,
ignore it.
Dwibs, considering the fact that Wario debuted in the handheld games, yes, they're considered canon.
I mean,
There we go.
Daisy, who premiered in Super Mario Land, is regarded as one of the most prominent Mario characters nowadays.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah. If only Nintendo would stop pretending that the Tanga doesn't exist, that would be nice.
I am still surprised that when it came to New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, they didn't do the obvious thing and replace that one Toad with Daisy instead of just the whole Super Crown nonsense. Don't get me wrong, it's cool that it gave us Bowsette and everything, but I would have preferred if we'd gotten Daisy.
She should have been playable in 3D World.
Yes. Yes, she should have.
Indeed. Well, I'm at the very least glad that I'm at the very least glad that in Bowser's Fury we were able to bring back Bowser Jr. with his paintbrush from Sunshine. So there's that.
Apparently, we were supposed to get Shadow Mario instead of that Ink Luigi.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wow, you really want to make a Sunshine 2, don't you?
Well, remember.
Maybe it
Now
was an
here's
answer to the
hoping.
people who actually were hoping for Sunshine-themed content in Mario Odyssey.
Here's
I don't know,
hoping
man.
that Da-
I would be perfectly down for a Sunshine sequel. Just, fix every problem people
No, see, here's the thing. The Super Mario Sunshine, despite being directed by Koizumi, was still made by Miyamoto's original 64 team. Whereas Galaxy and Onwards were made by the new team that Koizumi formed when he moved to Tokyo. So the new team is way better, and they would be able to execute Sunshine's concepts way better than the Miyamoto team. Way better.
Also, it won't be rushed out the door.
That too.
Because that was
I'm gonna-
literally the problem with Sunshine.
I'm definitely
Well-
going to attribute that more to it being rushed out the door more than that being a Miyamoto problem.
Well,
honestly.
here's the thing. While it is true that the rushed out nature doesn't help, there's still quite a lot of missions in that game that feel like they were made specifically just to make you throw the controller to the ground. Like, seriously.
Also, Miyamoto was working on a true sequel to Mario 60.
Oh no, I get that. Miyamoto himself, I get that, but the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Go on.
Like, I mean, Sunshine is a different beast of game from the Galaxy games. Don't get me wrong, Galaxy games are good, but they're not Super Mario 64-esque games. They're much more straightforward and don't have to deal with a lot of the parameters that a 64-esque game handles.
Oh, I get that.
Hence, something that they even emphasized when Odyssey was first announced.
Well, yeah, but Odyssey was still made by the same guys who made the Galaxy games. It's just that
Yes.
Like my basic point is that while Miyamoto wasn't the director of Sunshine like he was for 64, most of the programmers and level designers were the same guys who also worked on on 64. And remember, Koizumi was a co-director on 64. So
That's definitely why I attribute it more to the rush nature, because we've seen that they can do much better with 64. Mind you,
they can.
Sunshine is still a problematic game, but you know what? I would love to see another Mario game that has a go at the voice acting, honestly. Especially since that seems to be a growing theme with Nintendo games these days.
Yeah, now if only we could get the Pokemon Company and Game Freak to get the hint as well. Don't get me wrong, I like Pokemon Legends quite a lot, but man, those cutscenes would be a lot easier to get into if they had voice acting in them, because the presentation is so lethargic.
They technically have voice acting, but they're teasing us with it.
What
in the
Pokemon
sense that-
Masters?
That's barely counts as voice acting with just like a couple of lines, and they use the character says a complex phrase in text, but the voice clip is just, "Hey, I know what that is," and stuff like that. You know, which is fine by me. And besides, I'm using the Japanese dub anyway for that one.
I definitely acknowledge that Pokemon Masters does have some good writing, but yeah, even that one doesn't quite hit the parameters of what we're looking for voice acting-wise.
Not that I
They
particularly.
tried, which is something like, why does no mainline game have voice acting? Why
Not
doesn't
that I
Sword and Shield?
particularly care, to be honest. I would have been fine even if he didn't have for the game that he wants to be.
Here's the thing: there are some cutscenes that is like, okay, even if you don't want to do voice acting, just give me the Banjo-Kazooie noise, and or the Zelda noise, and I'd be fine.
Yeah, what they should do for that is do exactly what Breath of the Wild did. Take a cue from the Dragon Quest series and have it so that everybody who talks is voice acting, but your protagonist, since he's silent, he of course doesn't talk. And there you go.
Makes noises.
That way you can still, that way you can still have the link effect with the protagonist, while everybody who talks actually gets to have a voice, you know? So
Because remember, Pierce is singing. I was like, yeah, this seems like they were supposed to be a song.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no. I still enjoy Sword and Shield. I don't think it's terrible like some people are, but I just feel like, yeah, it's.
I do feel
exists.
like Sword and Shield is sort of that crossroads where it is about yes, Game Freak could stand to do some stuff better, but also it's about where maybe not everything needs to be as big and epic as some people are hoping for. And maybe, I get what Game Freak are good at here and there. That being said, Legends does show that there is potential for them to blossom outside of some stuff here and there. But I do feel like some of the problems people had with Sword and Shield was more so people asking for something that Game Freak just were, clearly not really doing at the helm, essentially. Not to say that there weren't needed improvements, but I do feel like some of it was about I want it to be exactly like this, and hang anything else that isn't like that.
All right, guys, I actually do need to answer this. I need your sincere answer. Do you think that new Pokemon Snap was made because of the negative reception that Sword and Shield got?
No.
Because of the back.
If anything, that I would be more. I would bet instead on the fact that it was developed after many people expressed the fact that it should have been one on the Wii U.
Let me put it like this: given when Pokemon Snap came about, no, they would have had to have somehow anticipated the negative reception that Sword and Shield was going to get from the get-go.
My issue.
Game development works here and there. No. Pokemon Snap just feels like them responding to people's asking for that game.
Yeah, I'm pretty. It's the same thing with Strikers, but no. See, my issue. No, yeah, that is technically true, Dej. My issue with Sword and Shield is that, like I've said various times before, I don't applaud basic decency. Yes, the game technically is not a broken mess, but at the same time, it's just one of those cases where you see games. You see a game like, even though I'm not a big fan of it, it's still a very very bold step, a very bold take on Zelda. We have something like Mario Odyssey. We have something like the Fire Emblem games having plenty of stuff like voice acting and everything. Whereas Sword and Shield feels like it's still stuck in the 90s. That's the primary big issue.
I wouldn't say stuck in the 90s is accurate. More like it's stuck in the mid 2000s.
It still feels like Game Freak still hasn't hit that middle ground, hasn't hit that transition of
All that being
jumping
said,
to
though,
3D.
All that being said, though, can we agree that can we all agree at least that the people actively wanting an 06 style flop for Pokemon is a ridiculous idea?
That's okay, you can say Ryan. That's fine.
I wasn't even aware that was a thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
It was dumb. Moving on. But okay.
Sorry,
I will
go
say
on.
this. I feel like Sword and Shield was stuck in that weird middle ground of don't fix what isn't broken. But there are some things that are just getting a little too stale. It did improve on some things, but didn't improve on others. Let me put it like this. Compared to Sun and Moon, it felt like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, essentially. Pokemon Legends feels definitely more like the step forward that Sword and Shield should have been, honestly.
Oh yeah, the only real problem that Legends has is the visual and audio presentation, really. And the writing. The writing could also be a bit better.
I think the writing is fine, but I do agree that it could have
That's
been better.
one other thing that I was about to mention. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind the presentation of Swords and Shield if it wasn't for the very in terms of some writing and everything. Also cute that the owl is back. If it wasn't for the fact that in terms of the writing, it's probably one of the laziest that Game Freak has released. It has arguably the worst kind of team leader, quote unquote, villain, and arguably one of the worst rivals that it gets assigned to you.
See,
not necessarily in a sense that oh no, it's not an angsty teenager like Silver. No, it's the fact that every time he speaks, I even forgot what he's supposed to be called in the English version. Sorry?
Midday.
I think he is not the rival of your opposing gender. I mean the other guy. I'll check him in a minute.
Wait, is it Leon's brother or the one that looks
Leo's
like
brother.
Jimmy?
Leo's
Oh,
brother.
Huh?
Yeah, because he constantly acts, out of the situation where he's in a sense, but he constantly keeps telling how he's the best buddy of you, even if he interrupts you all the goddamn time. He keeps saying that he has the upper hand when he's clearly losing all the time. He applauds you for using type advantages against him when he's not a tutorial character, and when he's a sore loser all the time, he keeps mentioning, I was so close, next time I'll be doing it in an unironic way.
The way you're explaining him is what people think Ash is.
Oh,
See, here's the thing.
reason why I can't stand
Okay.
him.
Let me put it
No,
like
even
this.
though he's not.
Let me put it like this. I'm fine with him, but he feels like How done worse. Like, How? Now, okay, I feel like How is the concept of a friendly rival done well. Partly helped by the fact that you had a more dickish rival as well in Sun and Moon, essentially. But no, How works as a guy... Yeah. How works as a guy who is a friendly rival, and on the surface doesn't seem to mind losing, but as little by little goes on, you do see that he does have issues with losing, to the point where he eventually does nut up and actually gives you a pretty good boss fight here and there overall. How feels like that done well. Hop, on the other hand, from Sword and Shield is... Well, he feels like How without the flavor, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. See,
Sword and Shield story is bad, especially with...
Yes, Pedro?
it's not even just the story itself, Dej. It's the way it's told. Like, because so many times in that game, there's a potential moment in the story that could be interesting, but we never see it. We just see characters talking about it. And that thing happens off screen,
Sword and Shield's story feels so off coming off of Sun and Moon. And mind you, the original Sun and Moon story.
Not all, where they try to downplay
like he said, the problem with Sword and Shield, not necessarily just potentially being bad, it's more the fact that it's lazy. You can ease... with Sun and Moon, like I mentioned multiple times when the game was in development, you could telegraph stuff that it was coming out, when it was about to come out, but at least it did throw 1 or 2 curveballs at you, and it still had a very impressive type of villain, but it was something that the Pokemon series never tried to do. With the villain of Sword and Shield, it's barely qualifiable as a villain. It's super telegraphed, and the game itself doesn't try to hide it even too much as well. And when it comes time to actually resolve things, it's more of a yeah, okay, we'll just do it.
Not to mention the plot going on with the legendaries. Oh, I'm gonna awaken this legendary in order to attack. Wait, why is it attacking me?
Here's how about this, Dash? There's one thing that I will definitely say is laughably terrible about Sword and Shield. The overall visual presentation, specifically in the wild area, where you can literally completely change climates from just taking one step backwards and forwards. That's just laughable.
Or how about Chairman Rose is like, I'm gonna unleash the darkest day. Leon said that he'll wait until after the match to help you. It's like, oh, but I had to do it. Why? Because we would run out of energy out of 1,000 years. You had 1,000 years. You could have waited a day.
Par.
I hate that game's fun so much.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Sword and Shield is very much it's like a Kingdom Hearts game. You'll love and hate it at the same time.
Alright, anyway.
Cool things happen in Kingdom Hearts games.
Hold on, yes, Pedro?
Let me see. Let me put it this way. Getting back to this. Yes, it is nice still that the owl is back. But at the same time, the new theme they gave to the owl is annoying, if you ask me. Like,
also the color scheme. I always thought it was your typical brown, brown ivory, yellow, or gray type of owl. That kind of plumage. But we have all this pink purple that it has. It feels unnecessary.
I'm fine with the owl's theme, but different strokes for different folks.
It's just because you pick up the owl and suddenly it's like, wow, how does this even remotely fit what we're doing right now?
Wait, what do you think is fitting of a fat Italian man being carried by a giant purple owl?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it a theme period like 2 did. I don't know. I just don't. I fail to. And if you're gonna put a theme for this action, why this of all things? It just feels off to me.
It's not unheard of in a game for even the most minuscule things to get.
I feel like a theme that's akin to the flying theme, to the wing cap in Mario 64 would have been better, more fitting.
Alright, what is this now? I know what this is. This is used to cool down a furnace, but I don't know what's the English term for it.
Wait, seriously? An air compressor?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does this.
It is. Wait, looks more like a coil.
Well, whatever it does, it gives us a new something to do in the bank of the Wild River.
Then go to the Wild River, young man.
And the pool of rain.
And the pool of rain. Basically, go to the water levels, basically. Alright then. Let's go to one of them.
So what's your favorite level in this game, Pedro?
I guess the Town of Chaos.
Neat.
The level, there's not really any level that stands out for either for the better or for the worse. I will argue all of the game has a consistent enough, level of quality in the level design and the overall aesthetics. I feel like I don't feel like there's a level that stands out as clearly this is the best one. Alright, let's see. There we are.
Yeah, we need to get one purified for this.
I actually love even though this particular soundtrack is not the best for me. Also, Bat Wario, for some reason, this kills the frogs. Don't ask me how that works.
I guess he scares them. I don't know.
That being said,
he sucks their blood out and kills them.
Probably.
But they're already great, Rover.
Okay, so
You know,
no,
just because something's gray doesn't mean it doesn't have blood pumping fluids.
No.
Yes, Pedro.
like I am Weasel would say, like nonsense, Joe. But that's just an old wives' tale. I drink low-fat canned blood. Go. But even though I'm not the biggest fan of this soundtrack, I do love Vampire Warriors theme.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
It's got quite a Shade Man vibe to it.
Yeah, Dwebs actually does have a point. It does remind me of something you would hear in an Addams Family production.
Neat.
Alright, so we need to
get healed so we can actually pull that block.
Meaning to we have to climb this place without being hit by the bats. So this time the bats are actually the obstacle to avoid. So
It's a good way to provide an obstacle without, a live system.
yeah. Oh no, like both Wario Land 2 and Wario Land 3 do a really good job of that. So
There we go.
there we go. And now we need an enemy. Or at the very least an object we can carry.
How about fire?
Unfortunately,
Wario can carry fire. Why can't you, Wario?
It's fire, okay?
Hey, Mario can handle fire just fine in the palm of his hands.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I paid a little visit to Mario's house, and I had to look at his diary. And basically, he said every time he picks up a fire flower, he feels the fire in his heart, and he's in constant pain because of the heartburn.
If that's the case, then he does an amazing job hiding it. And look, he does it in Smash without the fire power-up.
Alright, so now we were able to get Fire Wario in here.
Smashing beats.
And hopefully that water will not... There you go. And there we are.
Also, Wario,
The
are you
blue
seriously... Are you seriously trying to convict someone else of cheating, Mr. Wario?
Yes. No problem with that.
Have you ever heard of the
It's,
saying of the
spaceship.
pot calling the kettle black, sir?
Well, in my case, since I'm wearing yellow, it would be that.
Hey, Pot. Yes, Kettle? You're looking pretty black today. Alright.
Alright, so I guess we'll have to combine the spaceship with something else.
Look at me marching in spot like a boss.
I usually prefer that that way that I usually hear. Like there's a my favorite way of hearing that quote is the one that I sent to Deji the other way. Here, I'll send it again. Hold on. In the meantime, let me tell you where we're going next. Well, actually, no, the part is almost over. Huh, okay. Well, okay, in the next part, everybody, we'll go to the bank of the Wild River. So, see you then.
Yes, we're going to deposit my savings.
Yeah.